Hi, I'm Ben Pretorius, the owner of Ufudu Fly Fishing, and I host all the trips to the Maldives. We've been fly fishing there since 2008, and on recent trips we've discovered some amazing new venues in the northern atolls of the Maldives. Since I started fly fishing 25 years ago, I've always been passionate about catching GTs, especially big GTs. And what this venue or these venues offer is amazing fishing to really big fish, and that is sight fishing to GTs in the surf zone. And in my book, it doesn't get more exciting than that. The video that you're about to see is about 3 recent trips that we did to these really special venues in the Maldives. All the trips are 7-night trips, and like with all of these trips to exotic destinations, travel forms a major part of it. What we've tried to do is minimize the amount of time that you spend at airports and just wasting time, and we've put together a travel plan that really flows very well, and obviously then minimizes the time that you spend at the airports and maximizes the time of enjoyment fly fishing, which is what you want to do when you get out there. We normally meet people at the Dubai airport, depending where you're coming from, different parts of the world, and from there we fly to Malé, and then shortly after that we catch the connecting flight to a little island with the domestic flight, and then from there we get onto the boat, and from there we sail, and from there we start fishing. All the trips are liveaboard. We hire for these trips a safari donie, which we've been using for many, many years. I know the crew, and especially the skipper particularly well, Don Musa. And over the years we've become a really good team in the sense that he can get us to places that he would normally not take other people to, but because he knows what we want to do, he does get us there, and he always gets us there on time. That's when I say on time, it's in time for the tides and the time that we want to be fishing. The donie can comfortably accommodate 6 anglers, sometimes 7. It's a very comfortable boat without the bells and whistles, but the food is excellent, and the crew really look after us during the time of the trip. The inland side of each of these islands, you'll have flats, and these at low tides are great for wading, bonefish, triggers. Well, when I say bonefish, we do get the odd bonefish. We haven't got many of them there. Triggers certainly, bluefin, trevally abound there, and sight fishing to those is great fun. Before you get to the surf zone, there are often sort of inland waters which again provide for fish that come in over a high tide, but the main area that we really want to target, and that makes these venues particularly special, is fishing the surf zone. And the trick here is sight fishing, because the water is crystal clear, and sight fishing is really special here. And the fact that you can sight cast to big fish, I mean, when I say really big GTs in the surf zone, and you sight fishing to those things, makes it one of the best experiences one could imagine. Stand, wait, and fish will come cruising past. You sight cast to that fish, and you see the take. It just doesn't get better than that.
It's a monster.
Being in the surf zone, what is also really important is that lots of things can go wrong here. You must understand that this is their domain, and you're the visitor. And when you hook one of these big fish, the first thing that they do, being kingfish and being really dirty fighters, what they'll do is they'll take you into the first bit of reef that they can and cut you off, which has happened on many occasions. The beauty of this venue is that there are just an amazing amount of really, really big fish. And when I say big fish, we've seen them up to 1.5 meters, which is a fish of well over 50 kilograms. And it's just mind-boggling that you can actually sidecast to these fish because many of them are within range. Whether you land one of those things is another story, because there's lots of rocks and lots of obstacles that they can take you into and cut you off, which, as I say, has happened on many occasions. But landing a fish in this environment is really special.
Here we go, here we go.
We often from time to time see sharks, nurse sharks, blacktip sharks. We've had quite a few throws at blacktip sharks. On previous occasions down south, I've caught one or two of those. To date, not here. But we've also had quite a few opportunities trying to catch nurse sharks, which to date we haven't had any success with those. Although this is a particularly special venue in the sense, and the experience is particularly special in the sense that you're sidecasting to fish in the surf zone, it does require quite a bit of dexterity and also skill from the angler. First of all, the underfoot conditions are really not that comfortable, and sometimes it feels like a bit of a bear trap or walking on ball bearings, because the rocks that you walk over are particularly slippery and guys often fall, and it's quite uncomfortable. So a good sense of balance and also a good sense of humor is definitely required here. The other thing that obviously can go wrong is the fact that once you've hooked a fish, is that they break you up. Other things that can go wrong is that when the fly line comes out of your basket, you get a knot, and that can take the top of your rod off, which has also happened on occasions. And that really causes a lot of distress in an environment that is already uncomfortable.
Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. Well done, Bill.
Thanks, man.
Well done. Very nice fish.
We would normally go back to the boat for lunch. But as is the case with a lot of the sort of dedicated and fanatical fly fishermen, some guys choose to have lunches on the beach, which is easily arranged in the sense that the staff will bring lunches onto the beach, and you can have it there, which means that your fishing time is maximized and you only take the little break that you have during the lunch break and then back onto the water. But it really does create a great sense of friendship, and often people coming back home stay in touch with each other and have lifelong friendships that they've made on these trips. And often in cases, people then rebook with the people that they've been on these trips for future trips as well. The nice thing about fly fishing is that everybody invariably gets on with each other, whether they knew each other before the trip or not. And you develop a really nice sense of camaraderie during the course of the trip. From time to time, the guys snorkel, jump off the boat, swim, and just generally have fun. And we were standing in probably knee-deep water when I was about to go and tail this fish, when with this amazing force, this fish, a GT, which we reckon must have been 50, 60 kilograms, swam in and engulfed this whole fish at our feet, turned around and took off, leaving me completely wet with the splash from the explosion. And the angler now, instead of a 40 centimeter fish, had this big GT swimming off into the middle distance with this fish. Well, needless to say that didn't last too long, but just the experience and the amazing hunting prowess of these big fish was just highlighted by an incident like this. We've also discovered a very new flat set of flats which are amazing. They stretch for 5, 6, 7 kilometers, are snow white, and they just have an amazing amount of fish in them. So for the person who's not too comfortable fishing the surf zone, this is an ideal opportunity to wade these flats in the comfort and make pinpoint casts to fish like triggers, which we saw lots of. There were yellow margin and Titan triggers. We saw GTs, lots and lots of bluefin, small and big. So it's an excellent opportunity for people who are not comfortable in the surf zone to have this experience as well. And what we'll be doing on future trips to these islands is combining these two venues to make it what we believe to be the near perfect trip. Any of these fly fishing, any of these international fly fishing trips are an expensive budget item, and clearly the expectations of all the guests are that they do catch fish. What is, however, a prerequisite to going on these trips is that you need to upskill yourselves in order to be successful on these trips. And the better and the higher your skill levels, better your chances of catching the fish. What I can assure you is that there are fish here, and there's some very big fish here. And if you do all the things correctly, you will catch them. It really is a special trip. We make special friends. We have special experiences that last for a long time. And I hope that you will, in future, come and experience one of these trips with us.